Top 10 fighting games for the PlayStation 4. Let's go. Hey YouTube, welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing well. Okay, as you probably can tell by today's thumbnail, we're going to look at my favourite fighting games on the mighty PlayStation 5, okay? It's one of my favourite consoles of all time. I think it's going to be very fondly remembered in 10, 15, 20 years time when I'm rocking up in the old people's home. I don't know what that is. I'll be like that all the time. Yeah, so let's get into it, shall we? Okay, coming in at number 10 is Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, okay? I will say as well, before we go any further, this is physical games. So in case anyone's wondering, it's Versus, this is the original game that came out. I haven't got a physical copy of the sequel, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus Rising, or the updated version of it. So before we go any further, I just get that in there. It's got to be physical games. So in the country that I reside in and the planet that I reside in, so I'm currently in the UK and I'm currently on planet Earth, in case anyone's wondering. Okay, so it's got to be a physical release, and I'm doing one game per franchise as well. That's the only other rule I'm doing. Okay, let's get the housekeeping out of the way. So back to Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. Nearly said Rising then. Rising would be higher up on the list than number 10, but I absolutely love this game. It's one of my favourite looking games on the PlayStation 4, not just fighting games, any game that was released, okay? My main in this version is probably Gran. He's probably my favourite. He's one of the easiest to use. If you like Street Fighter 2, okay, you're going to like this game because the makers of this game were massive Street Fighter 2 fans. And Gran, I would say, if I was comparing him to a Street Fighter 2 character, it would be my boy Ryu, okay? So yeah, coming in at number 10 is Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, okay? Coming in at number 9, now this could be a hidden gem, is Blade Strangers. Has anyone heard of it? Has anyone played it? This is quite a hard game to get hold of back in thy day, okay? It's a great idea for a fighting game, okay? So it's a lot of indie game main characters pushed together in a fighting game, and yes, I can confirm it works. It's great fun. So my favourite is Isaac. Is it from? I'm not sure. Is it from the Binding of Isaac or something? He's really good fun. And Shovel Knight. Don't think he's on the cover, but Shovel Knight. They're the two I'd heard of. Okay. But the best thing about this is the special moves. Okay. And they got a couple, each character's got a couple of different special moves. Like Isaac's got the best ones, when like a massive, looks like a fat woman's foot comes down and stamps on your opponent. I'm talking like it fills the screen, that's how big this foot is, okay? Absolute a ton of fun. So coming in at number 9 is Blade Strangers. If you haven't played it, guys, go check it out. Tell them Tony sent you. Okay, coming in at number 8. Guilty Gear Xrd Rev 2. This is by far, just about actually, my favourite Guilty Gear game. My favourite is Guilty Gear, this one, and then Guilty Gear, the original Guilty Gear on the PlayStation, okay. Absolutely love this game. Again, it's one of my favourite looking games on the system. It's actually, is it? Yeah, Arc System Works. It's published by the same. They do like the Grand Blue, Blaze Blue games, and the Guilty Gear games. I much prefer to play this than Guilty Gear Strive. I was so hyped for Guilty Gear Strive to come out, I did like a countdown on my Instagram. It was so much hype around that game for me. Because I thought it was going to improve on everything of this. But for me personally, this is my list, so I am right. My favourite Guilty Gear game of all time is Guilty Gear Xrd Rev 2, okay? So that is coming in at number 8. Coming in at there's my maths, 7 is Mortal Kombat XL, okay? Story mode, I prefer Mortal Kombat 11. I haven't got Mortal Kombat 11 on the PS4 anymore because I upgraded to the 30th anniversary PS5 edition, okay? But if I'm talking about the actual gameplay, the meat and potatoes of any fighting game is the gameplay. This kicks its ass. It's so much faster. Well, it's just right with the speed of the game. This is, dare I say, one of my favourite Mortal Kombat games to actually play. And the other most really important thing in any fighting game is the roster. So yes, you can play as my boy Goro. You've got the Xenomorph. You've got the Predator. This is the version you want. So if you're thinking of getting any of these games, okay, the Mortal Kombat game you want to get is Mortal Kombat XL, not just X, because this is the version. It's only a couple of quid more in somewhere like CEX, but it's got all the DLC characters are on there, so you don't have to buy them digitally. And it works out much better value for money as well. Story mode, unfortunately, isn't as good as Mortal Kombat 11, okay? That's an amazing story mode. And Mortal Kombat 1, while we're talking about Mortal Kombat, is chef's kiss for the story for that one. But if it's just the gameplay, this is where it's at, guys. Trust me. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Coming in at number 6, and I need to play this game again. Samurai Showdown. Ho, ho, ho. What an amazing looking... They're all amazing looking games, aren't they? And the reason I need to replay it is because I've not long, probably about a year and a half ago now, bought all the DLC, all the extra characters, and haven't really played them. But they were on my wish list and they went on sale. Anyway, going back to this game, my mains in this is either my boy Harumaru or Nakaruru. Probably Nakaruru, actually. She's my go-to in nearly every single Sam Show game I play. It's amazing fun. The stages are spectacular. I'll use that word. Are spectacular looking. Okay, I could just pause the game and take it all in. It's a visual treat playing this game. But it's an SNK game, so the final boss in any SNK game is ridiculously hard. I've only ever actually beat it once. But yeah, it was that was with Nakaruru, as it goes. Yeah, I love me some Sam Show. Okay, coming in at... Well, these are the big... This is fighting game royalty now, the top 5. Okay, so coming in at number 7... is Tekken. Sorry, coming in at number 5 is Tekken 7. I'll edit that out, or will I? Coming in at number 5 is Tekken 7. I was a little bit late to the party with Tekken 7. I don't know what it was. I kind of fell off the 3D fighters, I suppose. And this went down digital. I bought it digitally first, for something like £3 for the base game. And I got into it so much, I ended up buying every single character, every single DLC known to man. But what a great game this has turned out to be. I was literally a couple of years late to the party with it. My main in this would probably be Kunimitsu, if you're looking at the Tekken roster. But if you're talking about guest characters, what was his name? Noctis. Yes, I liked playing with Noctis. Bob is one of my other favourites in this game. He's brilliant in this game, actually. Really good, fun character. So he moves pretty quick for a big guy, let's say. Yeah, so coming in at number 5 is Tekken 7. And I will say, the reason I got into this, actually, is Akuma is the guest character, but he was in it from the start. So at first, I just would play as Akuma. I'd completely fallen off Tekken as a franchise. I'd play Tekken 3, played a bit of Tekken 6, in and out, just over friends' houses. I think I had Tekken 3 going up. I think all of us had Tekken 3, didn't we, on the PlayStation? Your mum had it, your gran had it, everyone was playing Tekken 3 at some point in their life, wasn't they? So I would just play Akuma. And he works so well. At first, I thought, I don't know if he's going to work. But they've nailed him, haven't they? Is he better in Tekken or in the Street Fighter universe? Who knows? Let me know in the comments. But yeah, coming in at number 5 is Tekken number 7. Okay. Oh, I love these games. Coming in at number 4 is Soul Calibur 6. Ho, ho, ho! Talk about nailing it. Same franchise. Soul Calibur 6. Absolutely outstanding. There's no weak link in this roster, okay? The only negative thing, I've talked about it on the channel before, is it does feel a little bit rushed with it when it comes to the presentation of the game. The menu, navigating the menu, when you're selecting your character, it's a picture rather than an animated version of your character. But the more important part, they've nailed. So with the actual gameplay, they've nailed. I think story mode is a little bit weak as well. It comes across a bit rushed when they're telling the stories. Rather than having a cutscene, it's just voice acted over stills. Do you know what I mean? But it's still so good, Soul Calibur 6, with the gameplay. That's what I'm talking about. I absolutely love it. My favourite character, she's my favourite guest character out of any franchise, and she's in 2 games, is 2B. So she's in Grand Blue Fantasy vs Rising. That's the reason I bought that game. Was on the back of how good she is in this game. I knew I was going to have a ton of fun. There's something about that character. She's so cool, you know. But yeah, Soul Calibur 6, outstanding. And I really, really hope that it's not a dead game. It's sixth game in the franchise. I don't know how well it's sold. I really hope that. So Tekken 8's absolutely brilliant game. I hope now there's talks, or it might even be in the works behind the scenes that Soul Calibur 7 could be making a comeback, you know. Absolutely love that franchise. Okay then, coming in at number 3 is Street Fighter 5. Yes, it's down at number 3. Again, if anyone's watched my channel before, I've got a bit of a love-hate relationship with this game. I was not impressed with that trash, the vanilla version of this game, where it was such a bare bones game and they charged full price for it. And yeah, I stayed away from it. Once I started listening to the reviews, I dodged a bullet actually. I went to pre-order this in game. I was living in Cardiff and I walked out because I had bad service, and then I saved on my pre-order basically. So and I'm glad. It's like someone's looking down at me sometimes. I've got like a gaming guardian angel up there telling me, like, giving me signs on what games not to pre-order. Okay, but normally the fighting games, I do pre-order these games, okay? But in its defense, by the time we got round to Season 5 of Street Fighter 5, it was jam-packed with content. So if you're going to buy it now, okay, it doesn't compare with Street Fighter 6, but if you're going to buy it now, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck if you're getting the complete version of it. So a really good roster. I'm not sure the actual number. Over 30 characters. Much bigger roster than it's in Street Fighter 6. I like the visual style. A lot of people hated it. I think it is going to age well. It was the only game in the franchise that looked the way it did. I don't think it'll age as well as like Third Strike or Street Fighter 4 or anything like that. But I do think it's going to age pretty well. I like the survival mode. I love the survival mode actually. Where in between rounds you could spend like your currency kind of thing, and you have to be careful what you spend it on. I love all that stuff. I do the costumes, the characters, the skins, and everything like that. Absolute. I love this game. That's why it's my third favourite physical game on the PlayStation 4. Okay, coming in at number 2, the King of Fighters 15. Wow, what a great game. Yes, I pre-ordered this game. I bought the whatever the top version is you can buy. I need to go back to it. I say it all the time, but there's only so many games you can play, isn't it? Outstanding game. I love the way it looks. A lot of people think it looks like 14, King of Fighters 14. It's when you play them back to back, because for the build up of this game, I was playing quite a lot King of Fighters 14. Put this in on launch day. It's same style, but it's done miles better. Okay, gameplay is much better on this as well. I can't remember who. Obviously, King's my favourite character. I love the fact that one of the DLCs is the Samurai Showdown DLC as well, and it's got Harumaru and Nakaruru are two of my favourite characters from that franchise in this franchise. Okay, so my favourite characters to play in it, or my team, would be King. Whip is really good in this, see, because Whip is more effective on some of the King of Fighters games, like especially King of Fighters 12, I think it is. Your whip, you got to be in exactly the right position for your whip to be effective. But I'd say King, Nakaruru, and either Leona or Vanessa. I'll go for Vanessa because she's got the speed. She's got those quick hands, hasn't she? Yeah, outstanding game, boys and girls, grannies and aunts. Go play that. I need to replay it as well. Okay. Before we go any further, I'm just going to do my honourable mentions. Okay. So, I'll go through them really quickly. So, honourable mention, Under Night in Birth. Out effing standing game. I don't think this released here in Planet Earth, or it didn't. It released on Planet Earth, but it didn't release in the UK. Is Blade Arcus EX? I had to have it imported. Do not sleep on that game, boys and girls, grannies and aunts. Dead or Alive 6, visually a masterpiece. Okay, it's got its own unique graphic style. It's gone for the more realistic look. Okay. If you want to buy a lot of skins and spend a lot of money, go get this game. But it's surprising how well it plays, okay? So that's a very good honourable mention. And BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, okay? Big fan of that game as well. Okie dokie. What is my number 1 favourite fighting game on the PlayStation 4? Injustice 2, Bambino. Wow, this has got everything I want in a fighting game, okay? I was late to the party. I didn't have it launch day. I was far from it. I bought this. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was because I was coming away from Mortal Kombat, and it's made by the same people that made Mortal Kombat. I always loved the look of this game. And one day I just went on Amazon and I noticed the Legendary Edition, but it's like the big box version. It's got the movie and some other extra pieces in there. And it was cheap, but that version was cheaper than the base game. So I thought, I'll just buy it. Ooh, anyone want an ice cream? 99 please. They bring it up later. Yeah, so I'm not the biggest, DC fan, you know. I don't mind it, you know. I'm not hardcore into it, you know. But there was the Ninja Turtles. When I realised you could play as the Ninja Turtles, I couldn't buy this game quick enough, basically. And the other thing I like as well is, I love this in fighting games, okay, is the almost RPG element side to it. So you can pick a character, and in single player mode, maybe you can do it online as well. You can you get XP. I love maxing out characters. I think it's level 30 on this. So I maxed out Who do we max out? We've done the Ninja Turtles, and is it Sub-Zero? I think we've done as well. So you got, in this version, it's Sub-Zero and Raiden are in this game as well. Really good fun. The other really good thing as well is the absolute cinematic special moves that include spaceships flying over. There's one at the Batwing thing, the Batman's one. The Batwing flies over and it throws your character in the air, and it's so cinematic. Swamp Thing's got really cool ones where he pulls you underground and stuff like that. There's ones where all of a sudden you'll be on the Great Wall of China. I think that's Raiden's one, isn't it? It's just so cinematic, and you never, ever, ever get tired of pulling them off and just watching them. I even don't mind when my opponent does it to me, because you just sit back. It's only about 10-15 seconds. That's quite a long time, actually. 10-15 seconds, but they're a visual treat, you know. Yeah, so that is my favourite fighting game on the PlayStation 4. Let me know in the comments, what's your favourite fighting games? What's your top 10? What's your top 3? Or what's your top 1? Let me know. Yeah, thanks for watching this video, anyone that stuck with it to the end, okay? Don't be too harsh with me in the comments. I really do care. It really will hurt my feelings. No, but tell me, what's your favourite fighting games on the PlayStation 4? There's a really good selection as well. I will do another honourable mention as well, in case anyone's wondering. Melty Blood. Oh my god, I love that game, but I can't afford a physical copy of that, because I think it was only Korea had a physical copy, and to buy that on eBay, they're aware they were the only ones that had a physical copy, or these sellers are. So you got to be prepared to pay a lot of money. I've got it on digital. That's good enough for me, and it's almost a 10 out of 10 game. That would be in my top 3. It would have made my top 3 list here for sure. But I'm doing physical games. Okay, boys and girls, grands and aunts. Thanks for watching. Please consider subscribing to my channel to help an old man's channel out. Hope you enjoyed. Love you. Bye.